Greetings, dear soul. I know you have been carrying a weight on your heart for far too long. The pain, the confusion, the endless questioning, it has all been pressing down on you like a storm that refuses to pass. You have tried to move forward, to heal, but no matter how much time has passed, the wound still lingers. And today, I want to tell you something that will change everything. God is watching. Subscribe and send super thanks now. Your life is about to change. You remember the moment it all shifted, don't you? The way your world, once steady and full of love, suddenly began to crumble. It wasn't just an argument or a misunderstanding. It was something deeper. Something that shook the very foundation of your relationship. One day, you and your partner were in sync, sharing laughter, making plans, dreaming together. And then, slowly, a distance crept in. Words felt colder. Time together felt shorter. And then, the revelation, the presence of another woman. That moment shattered everything. You replayed it over and over in your mind, trying to make sense of it. What did she have that you didn't? What made your partner turn away from everything you had built together? Was it something you did wrong? These thoughts haunted you, stealing your peace, making every memory a painful reminder of what was lost. The betrayal was more than just a broken promise. It was the destruction of the trust and love you had once held so dearly. You fought to hold on. You tried to understand, to fix things, to salvage what was left. But no matter what you did, the distance only grew wider. The truth was undeniable. Someone had inserted themselves into your story, rewriting it in a way you never expected. And the worst part? It wasn't just the betrayal itself, but the feeling of helplessness, the realization that someone else had taken what was once yours. If you are waiting for good news, send a super thanks now and see God's blessings unfold. And so you carried that burden. Maybe you tried to hide it, pretending you were fine, telling yourself you would move on. But deep down, the wound still ached. You wondered if justice would ever be served, if the universe had seen the injustice you suffered. You questioned if God had witnessed the pain, the tears, the nights of silent agony. And if he had, why had nothing changed? But what if I told you that something has been happening behind the scenes? What if I told you that the woman who stepped into your life and tore apart your relationship has been living a reality far different from what she wants you to believe? She may have thought she won, but the truth is about to surface. And when it does, it will change the way you see everything. You see, God misses nothing. He saw every moment of your heartbreak, every whispered prayer, every sleepless night. And now, he is revealing something that has been hidden from you. Not to hurt you further, but to set you free. The time has come for the truth to be unveiled. The time has come for you to finally understand that this betrayal, as painful as it was, is not the end of your story. Don't wait. Subscribe, share, and send super thanks to unlock a divine breakthrough. And as you begin to see the full picture, clarity will replace confusion. The chains of betrayal that have bound your heart will begin to break. This moment, this revelation, is not meant to reopen old wounds, but to finally heal them. What you are about to discover will not only bring justice, but it will also bring you the closure and peace you have been longing for. It's natural to wonder what happened after everything fell apart. For so long, you've been carrying the weight of betrayal, while she seemed to move on effortlessly. Maybe, in the quiet moments, you've asked yourself, did she get what she wanted? Did she truly win? Did life reward her while you were left to pick up the pieces? But today, I want to tell you something that will shift your perspective. The reality of her life is far different from what she may have wanted you to believe. At first, it may have seemed like she was thriving. She walked away with what she wanted, leaving you behind to deal with the pain. Maybe she even appeared happy, as if everything had worked out perfectly in her favor. But what she didn't realize is that when you build happiness on a foundation of deceit and betrayal, it never lasts. The choices she made are now coming back to her, and the life she imagined for herself has turned into something entirely different. Become a channel member today and receive exclusive divine messages straight from the Lord. She wanted to be the one who took your place, but what she found instead was emptiness. The excitement, the thrill of being the center of attention, it faded faster than she expected. What she thought was love turned out to be nothing more than an illusion, and now she is facing the consequences of her own actions. What seemed like a victory was, in reality, the beginning of her downfall. But she doesn't want you to know that. She has spent so much time trying to make it look like she's happy, like everything turned out perfectly. She wants you to believe that she won, that she has everything she ever wanted. But deep down, she knows the truth. The guilt, the regret, the weight of her choices, it's all catching up to her. She is not living the dream she thought she would. Instead, she is trapped in a reality she never saw coming. Your small act of kindness can change a life. Send a super thanks now and help someone in need. She fears that if you knew the truth, you would see her for what she really is. Not the person who won, but the person who destroyed something beautiful, only to be left with nothing in the end. She doesn't want you to realize that her life is unraveling. Whether it's failed relationships, personal struggles, or the emptiness that comes from building happiness at someone else's expense, she is not at peace. And she knows it. Amen. But God has allowed this truth to come to light, not to stir bitterness in you, but to set you free. You have spent so much time carrying this burden, wondering if justice would ever come. And now, here it is. Not in the way you might have expected, but in a way that proves once again, no one escapes the consequences of their actions. God's justice is not always immediate, but it is always right. The same pain she caused you has now found its way back to her, not because you wished it upon her, but because that's the nature of betrayal. What she took from you, she could never truly keep. And now, the truth of her choices is unfolding, whether she wants to admit it or not. This revelation is not meant to fill you with anger or resentment. Instead, it is here to remind you that you were never forgotten. Every tear you shed, every moment of heartbreak, every silent prayer, God saw it all. And while you have been healing, He has been working. Now you no longer have to wonder. The truth is out. And with that truth comes your freedom. Now that the truth has come to light, you may feel a mix of emotions: relief, disbelief, even a sense of validation. For so long, you carried this pain, wondering if justice would ever be served, if the betrayal would ever be acknowledged. And now you see it. God was watching all along, and He has revealed this truth not to reopen wounds, but to set you free. This is not about revenge or bitterness. It's about closure. God is showing you that the pain you endured was never in vain. What felt like an unbearable loss was never truly a loss, because anything built on dishonesty and selfishness will never stand the test of time. You may have thought she took something from you, But in reality, she only took a path that led to destruction. And now, you can finally release the weight of it all. God is listening. Type Amen if you trust Him with all your heart. Letting go is not always easy, but it is necessary. Holding on to the past, the betrayal, the hurt, it only keeps you chained to something that no longer serves you. God is inviting you to step into something greater, to release the pain, not because what happened was okay, but because you deserve peace. True healing begins when you stop looking back and start embracing what's ahead. This woman, her choices, her consequences, they are no longer your concern. She does not define your worth, your future, or your happiness. God does. And He is making it clear that your future is not tied to your past. What was broken can be restored, what was lost can be replaced, and what was meant for harm can be transformed into something beautiful. Trust in God's plan for your life. He has something greater waiting for you, something beyond what you ever imagined. The pain you endured is not the end of your story. It is only a chapter, and that chapter is now closing. Your journey forward is filled with new beginnings, with joy, with love that is real, with relationships built on truth, and with the divine purpose that God has always had for you. Use Super Chat and stickers during live prayers to send your wishes directly to heaven. You are no longer bound by the betrayal of another. You are no longer defined by what happened to you. Today, you step into freedom. Today, you reclaim your peace. Today, you choose to trust that God has something better. And as you walk forward, let go of the anger, the pain, the need for answers. Trust that justice has already been served in ways you never expected. The past no longer has power over you. The future is where your blessings await. God has seen your suffering, and now He is lifting you into a new season of healing, restoration, and joy. Take a deep breath. Step forward. Your story isn't over. It's just beginning. Your blessing is just a step away. Send a super thanks now and claim your divine reward.